This is Drama Queen, and you are tuned into The Culture by Historically Black Sense.
Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Historically Black Sense, The Culture. And today we have a lovely guest, a lady of A.K.A, as you can see from the lovely shirt that we have going on here, Mrs. Drama Queen. Now, Drama Queen, that can mean so much. A lot of people think drama. When she said Drama Queen, I thought she kept up a whole lot of junk and a whole lot of mess, to be honest with you. Maybe she do, maybe she don't, I don't know. We'll figure out by the end of the interview. However, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now you are a lady that wears many hats.
I am.
Many
hats.
Okay. It's crazy. I met this lady on set, and you never know who you're sitting by. And she started telling me about some things that she had going on. We was chopping it up, had a small conversation. And of course, we all know we're in the social media era, so hey, what's your Instagram? Okay, cool, I followed you. So as I was scrolling down, I noticed that she was an A.K.A. So I'm like, hey, she's an A.K.A. And from the conversation that we were having, I never would have thought that you were an A.K.A. at all.
Well, all right.
But nevertheless, you are an A.K.A. and it's dope, and that's why you're here.
Yes.
So let's get to it. Actor.
Yes.
Teacher.
Yes.
Business owner.
Yes.
And I guess I can say TV personality as well.
Yes, a little bit.
Which is very, very interesting.
Yes.
Let's get into it first. Acting.
Okay.
I feel like that's like your passion.
Acting is my passion. It's one of the reasons why I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
I participated in my first theatrical performance in '97.
Oh, wow.
I was a nun.
Do you know how old I was in '97?
No. You gonna do that? You gonna go?
No, that's dope. That's dope. That's rich history. Okay, '97. Right, '97.
'97, yes. So just basically been doing kind of on stage productions and moved into some other things. I worked at Disney World in 2001, and yeah, I've been on Family Feud and.
You been on Family Feud?
I have been on Family Feud.
Did you win?
We did not win, but we had a great time.
Let me borrow something. Alright. So, how was that? I mean, I see people. Is it kind of exactly how it is on TV? Because I don't know, behind the scenes, a lot of stuff is totally different.
It's definitely different. I mean, it's a long day when you're not on stage performing. You're in the audience.
Okay.
And so it makes for a very, very long day. Even though you've made it that far, you still have to audition again once you get there.
Wow. Because
they want to see how you are on the stage with the lights, with the people in the audience. And so it was an awesome time. You know, it's hot with all the lights and everything, and the things that you think you would know when you're on stage and you are in it, it's hard sometimes. It is.
Oh, wow. So, how's Steve Harvey? Is he cool?
Steve Harvey is.
Is he all right?
You know what? We got along great. One of the rules that the producers told us is we cannot talk about anything Greek life with Steve, because if we do, he's going to go on a tangent and they're going to have to cut a bunch. And so, you know, I didn't say anything about that, but we got along great. My sister, she had a message for Steve Harvey from my nephew. He speaks Japanese.
Okay.
And so the message was Steve Harvey has a big head. So my sister and him was kind of but Steve is actually awesome. He gives some really good information and knowledge during the commercial breaks, and he's just, you know, he's a pretty cool dude to be around. He seems to genuinely care, and it seems like he really enjoys his job.
Oh, that's cool. That's definitely a good thing. Well, hey, you made it to Family Feud. A lot of families, they try to make it, but they don't make it.
That is true. That's true.
What would you say one of your biggest acting projects is to date? Or even one that may be of just a great, just significance to you.
Okay, I would probably say working at Disney World.
Okay.
Even though it was a long time ago. The reason being is because I love children. And as an educator, I love children. And a lot of kids, their last dying wish is to go to Disney World. Mm-hmm. And so when I worked at Disney World, one of the things that I learned is that I'm on set, which means that if I broke up with my boyfriend, if I had cramps, whatever it was, it didn't matter, because some of these kids, I was going to be their last memory. And so knowing that, you know, I met a lot of those kids and built those bonds, and there was a point where I disappeared in the act and I came back, and the kids, you know, especially the kids that were there for Make-A-Wish Foundation, they were just like, oh my God, I thought something happened and you're back. And so it was just touching to be able to perform and do something for their last wish and to be memorable. And so that was, even though it was 19 years ago, it's something that will always stick with me, and I loved it.
I think that's a great thing. Well, anytime that you can put a smile on a kid's face is a great thing, because you never know what kid, in what way you may be impacting their lives. There's a lot of kids, like you say, it's some of their dying wish. You never know what a lot of these kids are going through. A lot of people don't know. You know, you may have had the inside scoop, and you may have known, like, okay, this group of kids is coming in, and, you know, from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, whatever the case may be. But I think that's great. It's great that you did that, and I'm glad that you did say that. So to put this little nugget in, anything that you can do to help kids out these days, please do it, because you never know in what way you may be changing their life. That could be something that just puts joy in them to make them not deterred later on down the line. So, being an educator, since you said that, we're going to segue into that.
Okay.
You're a teacher. In what entity?
Well, currently I work with adults. I have students that are 16 to 77, and I teach them.
Whoa.
16 to 77.
To 77.
Yes.
That's a major age. Like that's a jump. That's a major age range jump.
And it's difficult. You know, before I came here, I worked with 17 and 20-year-olds, but working with adults, that they all have different needs. I'm helping them to prepare to take their GED test. And so, you know, it's just very interesting, especially in Georgia, because one class, I had people from every single different country. Every student was from a different country.
Wow.
And so, you know, I enjoy that. I do miss my 17 to 20-year-olds. In Kansas City, I work with at-risk youth that are 17 to 20. And I was their mom, their counselor, their principal, their vice principal, their teacher, their cafeteria lady. I was all of that sometimes.
They can be a weight on your shoulder.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So, I mean, how do you manage, I guess, you may have a student over here who's 16 and one over here who's 70. What would you say the biggest difference between the two is, besides the obvious, which is age?
I think that my younger students get kind of impatient.
Okay.
Because I have a student now, he's 16.
Okay.
And we're going over fractions. And he's like, this is 7th and 8th grade work. And I said, yeah, but I have students that have been out of school for 30, 40, 50 years. And so I think it's just that they're impatient. The younger kids, they want it now. And then the older kids, they are more focused on getting it, and they want to get it, and they have a real reason. A lot of my younger kids are there because they have to be in order to live under their mom's roof or their dad's roof. So it's definitely a challenge with that big age gap, but it keeps me on my toes.
Well, from what I see, that you are definitely dedicated to helping people.
Yes.
You know, even from 1997, when I won't tell how old I was in 1997, but they might try to calculate the age. So that's a really good thing. I think that would be kind of a challenge for me to actually. You have to have patience. I'll put it like that, simple. Because it's like you have to have patience.
You do.
And that's something that I'm working on. So I definitely commend you for that. Now you have your own business.
I do.
Okay. And hence the shirt that she has on over here.
Yes.
So tell the people a little bit about your business.
I have a business called Classy Creations, Classy with a K, Creations with a K. I started it March 3rd, 2009 because my mother would get me greeting cards. Originally, we were a greeting card company, and she would mark out the words that didn't apply to me, and she would write the words that applied. And sometimes, so, you know, it's like at that time we just had the mahogany cards, and so I was like, I kind of want to do some things and some sayings of what's going on now, and so I started doing the greeting cards and did a little bit of invitations. Now I do a little bit of everything. We do t-shirts, tutus, jewelry, and anything that my mind can think of.
I've never heard anybody making like tutus. I just see them pop up.
I make tutu dresses. So like if you have a theme, and let's say your theme is Elsa, Elsa Smurfette.
Oh wow.
Alice Wonderland. You give me a theme, I make you a dress.
Okay, so this business is called Classic Creations.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that the whole creative part came from your mom crossing out words in the card and putting words that describe you. And we hope all of those are good words. We hope. Most of the time when people, they start helping a lot of people, like such as kids and people getting their GED, they were trouble after you. So, says the name Drama Queen. And we're going to get into that too. But let's get into that now. Where did Drama Queen come from?
So Drama Queen, I'm A.K.A. of course. And so that is my name for A.K.A.
Okay.
They, some of my big sisters.
Now, they don't just give you that name for no reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So my sisters have seen me play different roles as far as a homeless person. One production, I played a wig, like I was a wig head. So they've been to my productions, they supported me, and I really hoped it when I got my name to have a name that was affiliated with the theater or acting background, and they did not disappoint. Okay,
so we clarified that. Yes. So it ain't got nothing to do with you keeping up drama.
I work 4 jobs, so I don't really have time for drama.
I like that. That's a good answer. That's good enough for me, and I hope it's good enough for everybody else. It should be. So you are on a show that's currently running. Tell the people about that. I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce that. How you want to introduce that? I know we're gonna kind of scratch the surface of it a little bit, because it is a current running show right now, and by the time you all see this, the show will still be on. So on certain things we can talk about, but.
Okay, so I'm on a show. I have what's called celiac disease, which means that I cannot digest anything with gluten, flour, rye, oats, barley, all of that good stuff. And so
I feel for you.
Yeah, it's very difficult in regular life, and it was even more difficult in the show that I'm on now. I decided to try to help the location figure out how to help people like myself with celiac, and I wanted to do something to really touch and be able to talk to my kids, because a lot of my students and their parents have been in and out of the criminal justice system. And so as much as I tried to fight it, I was approached about a show where I was to go to jail as an undercover inmate, and I had my mission. One of my missions was weapons and contraband. My other mission was to see if the jail was prepared for someone like myself with celiac. So, yes, it comes on Thursday nights.
And I'm pretty sure you all at this point have guessed what the show probably is.
Yes, it's 60 days in.
Yeah, 60 days in.
Yes.
Well, would you say, without saying too much, that the jail is prepared for circumstances of that nature?
I would say that they weren't prepared, but I've been in contact with some people and learned some things some changes that they've made based on the feedback that I was able to give them. One of the things I was told is they now have a chart in their kitchen, which they didn't have, which talks about all of the different diseases or autoimmune diseases or allergies that someone has and what they can and can't have.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't have that before.
That's kind of good. So, basically that's kind of like your time on the show wasn't in vain at all.
Oh, no, definitely.
It's hard to get changes in a prison.
It is.
Because you never know what goes on behind those walls. There's a lot of things, and I've always heard that they cover up whatever they can to save themselves, and honestly, they can really get away with whatever they want to get away with.
Yeah, they can.
For the most part,
they can. The good thing is, with this particular season, there was a new sheriff that was in, and he was hungry to see. He knew some of the issues, and I just really believed before leaving there that they were going to make those changes. And a lot of people think that I'm crazy to put my health at risk and do something like this, but if not me, who? There has to be some accountability, there has to be some awareness, there has to be some improvements, and it's in the makes.
Wow. So how it's a lot of process. How did you go about getting on the show? It's one of those shows we all watch, and it's kind of like we see it, and it's very intriguing. But we always wonder, like, did people really like sit down and say, "I want to be a part of this show," or did you throw yourself in, or it's just like, how did they come about? Like,
it was very. I didn't know what I was signing up for. I mean, they can't, of course, because of the nature of the show, they can't say, "Hey, do you want to go to jail?" No. So they just, for mine, I mean, I've talked to all the other participants, and I know everybody else's story is different, but for me, I just saw something on a Facebook ad that was like, "Hey, do you have a big personality?" Okay. I'm like, "Hell yeah, I have a big personality." And then when they told me what it was for, I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't have a big personality anymore. So yeah, it was just one of those things. Wow. And then, I started talking to them. And every time I said no, God gave me a reason why I needed to do it. And so I would never have volunteered. One of the people this season actually did volunteer and wrote to them and said, "Hey, I want to be on the show." That was not my story.
What I think being on a show like that would definitely keep me on the straight and narrow, because we see so many of these shows and how a lot of inmates live. A lot of people were really locked down, really, and it's like, I don't know how people do it. I've talked to some people, they did 6, 7, they came home, they said, "Hey man, it was easy," but I'm like, 8 years of your life gone, or 10. I talked to one guy who did 10, he was just like, it's easy, but
well, it depends. Like my roommate, that was her lifestyle. She was 40, about to be 41. She had been in and out of jail since she was 15.
Oh wow.
That was comfortable to her. The real world wasn't comfortable. We knew what time we were getting. I think we ate at 7, 12, and 6. Mm-hmm. We knew that. We knew what time we were going to take a shower. We knew the day that the commissary was going to come. We knew when we had to have money on our books to get the commissary. So some people, they need that structure versus creating their own structure. And so the real world scares them.
Yeah, some people are very institutionalized. So yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely understand that. So real quick, got a little game that I play with everybody.
Oh boy.
Nah, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. I promise you it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Let's see here. Got 3 questions for you. I'll probably pick 2. Alright, so I'm gonna let you pick questions number 1 through 3. Let's see what she says here. Okay, this ain't bad. What is your favorite memory as an A.K.A. thus far?
I think my favorite memory of being A.K.A. is our Centennial Step Show.
Okay.
It was awesome. Like all of my friends and my family came out to support me. It was fun. I just actually became an A.K.A. about a month before. And so it was kind of like my first introduction into the sisterhood and meeting people and learning the steps and exercising and sweating. I was
just about to say, so you can step?
Oh yeah, I love stepping.
Oh man, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up. That's definitely what's up.
Definitely, yes, love it.
Okay.
Let's do 3.
You want 3 already. Just like you want 3. This question kind of follows what you just said.
Okay.
Do you prefer to attend step shows or probates?
I'm going to say probably probates, just because I'm in that mindset now. I just had a young lady that's trying to become an A.K.A. hit me up before
You're in that mindset. People, I don't know what mindset she is talking about, but yeah.
No. I'm just saying with the probate, just bring, new people coming in, new sisterhood and meeting people and just knowing the love that I got coming into the sisterhood, so to be able to be there and do that. And just, I talk to a lot of people about A.K.A. If someone's interested and they talk to me, I can say certain things, but I want to be approachable, because there were sometimes I wish some people were approachable when I had questions. Yeah. And so, I think I like to go on a probate. I like to celebrate.
And that's a good thing. Yeah, everybody likes the probates. On the probates, the probate after party. It's always nice too.
Definitely.
But that's a good thing that you said, which is another reason why we created this platform. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, I wouldn't have thought that you were approachable at all. You know what I'm saying? Just from seeing, but like I say, you are an approachable A.K.A. Mm-hmm. So now, if someone sees this who aspires to be an A.K.A., hey, she talks to people. So she does talk to people. She's very approachable. So I think that's a very, very good thing. And like I say, it's great that you dedicated your life to pretty much helping people. As I can see, at least thus far anyway, and I hope it doesn't change. So that's a good thing. That's really good. But yeah, I definitely, appreciate you coming through and sitting down. But right now, what I want you to do is tell the people any other projects that you may have coming up that you could talk about. Any last words that you want to tell them of advice or anything. And shout out to Chapter also.
Okay. Well, I will leave this piece of information for you guys. Leave your legacy. Whatever you do on this earth, make sure that people will remember your name and remember your cause and what you were here for. That's something that I try to do every day, is to do that. With this awesome ex-football player, NFL player, and he has a mentoring program, and we are doing a travel and play that talks about his story. And so our first performance is next month, so I'm a little excited about that. It's going to be in, I can't remember the name of the high school, but it's in Atlanta.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Again, I love working with the at-risk youth, so this is an opportunity to do both things I love, the arts and the working with the youth. Definitely.
That's a good thing. Oh, also, shout out to business page.
Oh, yes. Classy Creations is KLAZZY Creations, KRE, the number 8, TIONS. I had to put some A.K.A. in there.
There it is. So definitely, also check out the shows. It comes on again.
Tonight, Thursdays, 10 o'clock on A&E.
On A&E. All right. We definitely appreciate you for coming through, taking time out of your busy schedule, because you do have a lot going on.
I do.
Now I want one of those shirts the next time you come back. I need me a signature shirt. I don't want that one now. I need me a signature shirt. You got it?
I got you.
All right. We appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode of Historically Black Sense of the Culture. Until the next time, we out.